Winter is here. Yes, for some of us where we belong on this part of the globe or world, we are experiencing what we call the HARMATTAN. So we as social studies students and teachers are supposed to be observant in any environment that we find ourselves. And looking at the condition that we are in now, in December, we start experiencing the chilly winds and everything about the HARMATTAN. From November to February, we are going to experience this. Social studies also teaches us to find solutions to the problems in our environment. Okay, so in this video, I'm going to give you tips that you can adopt in order to stay healthy and also live through this HARMATTAN season until it's over. Let me tell you something brief about the HARMATTAN. The word HARMATTAN itself is a very common word used in western part of Africa. It's a wind that blows from the Saharan desert and through the northeastern part of West Africa. When you go to part of Mediterranean Italy, you find this wind blowing around that side, and it even crosses the Atlantic Ocean, reaches part of the Caribbean. This is interpreted in the Akan or the Twi local language as tearing your breath apart. So this should tell you what the HARMATTAN does. A lot of people feel uncomfortable when it gets to this season or this period. I personally feel uncomfortable when it gets to this season, but I think with these tips, we can all use them and then get our way through and be comfortable. Now, did you also know that the HARMATTAN is also called the doctor wind? People look at its positive effects or the good side of it. So we look at how it's able to drive insects away, pests, able to dry clothes, and people look at the healthful nature of it because the wind is a dry wind. It has low moisture. Therefore, it's able to dry up all stagnant water in open places, and mosquitoes can't get those spaces anymore to breed. Therefore, it's able to reduce how mosquitoes breed in the system, and that's a good one. Even with crops like grains, they can dry up and be ready for harvest. So those are the good sides of the HARMATTAN. But I will be much concerned about the negative impacts or the bad sides, how it brings the cough, heartburns, and all the stress in terms of breathing in and out. Now, because of the dust particles that it carries, when you look at the wind, it is hard to notice that it carries a lot of dust. You see the dust settling on tables and chairs, settling on items. Then you have to do a lot of cleanup. So as for that one, it's a reality we will live with during this period or the HARMATTAN season. The dust particles are very tiny, and that's how come they are very difficult to notice. So they can measure them between 0.5 and 10 micrometers. And anytime they are mixed up with the air we breathe or inhale, they go inside the nostrils or into our respiratory system, and they strain the breathing process. And that's how breathing becomes so difficult. So for me, it's very, very uncomfortable. But there is always a way out. COVID-19 has taught us one thing, that we can put on our nose mask now. So if we are actually not experiencing any severe wave of the COVID, I think we can make use of the nose mask during this period. Get a nose mask, always wear it. So I'll tell my students to do this, and you can be safe from that whole lot of dust entering your system. Then with your eyes, the eyes are definitely going to become reddish. Since the weather is taking a lot of water out of your body, you need to hydrate, okay? Keep your bottles of water close to you. I mean, glass of water. Try to sip and make sure you are hydrated all the time. It will help you. Then with a reddish eye, of course, people will begin to feel that itchy eyes, and then you have to know it's because of the dust. If you have dust resistant glasses, you can put them on. People can wear their shades. If I'm in the classroom, I'll have to put on just this. But when you are working in open space, outside, outdoor, you can put on your shade or those glasses to protect your eyes or protect parts of your eyeballs from the dust. Now, during this period, people think because of the cold weather that it brings, so there wouldn't be much heat. But if you have experienced this HARMATTAN period or season, you realize that there comes a lot of heat, even though there will be cold at a point. Temperature can drop in the night as low as 15 degrees Celsius. Then when it gets to the afternoon, you can even experience some form of heat as high as 30 degrees Celsius. So what you have to do is that during the day, if there is still cold, you can put on your sweater. So I would advise parents to make the pullovers of their children available, the students, of course. Those that are very much at risk at this point, those who have underlying sickness or sicknesses, asthmatic patients and pneumonia and so on and so forth. These people who are allergic to dust. So dust particles, I mentioned it, you can wear your nose mask. Then when it comes to the cold, you have to make sure you are well protected. I love sleeves, so I'm going to wear a lot of sleeves. My pullover here is going to have a lot of work to do. Just wear something like this and be fine. Or have your jacket and also be secured. Yes, I think this can take you through the day and from all the worries of the chilly weather. Now again, during this period, you are going to battle a lot of dry skin, cracked lips, and so on and so forth. So when you take in a lot of water, you keep your skin moisturized, of course, and then the surface of your skin, you need to get this oil pomade and then apply evenly on your skin. So you protect the sweat pores from the harsh weather or the dry weather. It can't penetrate if you have the pomade. Here in Ghana, you can have your inkuto or yokumi. That's how we call it in Ewe, inkuto, in Twi. That's the shea butter, and you'll be free from the cracked skin or dry skin and the lips. People use a lot of lip shine, lip gloss, or whatever they call it, and that also works for them. Now, around this period too, I'll talk about poor visibility. One of the manifestations of the harmattan is poor visibility because of how the weather looks like. When you come out, especially early in the morning, looks that foggy nature, and then you start seeing the wind blowing strongly. This can also cause poor visibility. So I would advise our drivers out there to always make sure that their headlights are working and they should drive at reasonable speed. So any obstacle ahead can be dealt with or can be seen, and they will know how to use the road signs as well. You can also have a dose of the vitamin C, boost your immune system, and keep your throat smoothing, refreshed, and then your system can also be active all through the day. Well, apart from that, fruits can help. Eat more fruits. Watermelon, oranges, they have a lot of water content. It can keep your body freshened and moisturized as well. If you are working outside and your work or your job allows you to wear a hat, or you are in town, yes, wear it. Just to keep your system warm and then keep moving. Good. For those who love to enjoy their sleep at night, definitely the temperature will drop. Make sure you cover yourself well with. So yeah, I have my cover. If your system is not too comfortable, especially in the morning when you have to go take your bath and you don't want to use the cold water, the water is too cold for you, get the warm water and then make sure you have your bath and you'll be fine. Those with the underlying sickness, asthmatic patient, pneumonia, and so on and so forth. Those with allergies. So I empathize with you. What you have to do is stay away from dust. Watch your diet and make sure your body is protected, well secured. That is talking about dressing for the period or the season. It will just take the late November to February. When we get there, it will just start going down. We enter March, we are approaching our rainy or wet season, and then we'll get back to our normal season. Okay. All right, thank you for watching this video. I believe that these tips will help you, and there are things you already know, but you've added to your knowledge. Be safe out there. Let's all enjoy the festive seasons. Bye.